Hello, my friends. We are continuing with our path to enlightenment with the third Jesus, and we're continuing um, with the dictum or aphorism: "Resist not evil." So last time I mentioned that evil is our personal and collective shadow, and today I'd like to share with you an exercise. Evil, like everything else, depends upon perception. As your perception changes, evil shifts. It's very important that this shift occurs, because if you remain locked in a rigid hatred or fear of evil, you push your own shadow further out of sight. No matter how hard you struggle to overcome evil, unless you understand your own shadow, it will find new ways to bring back the thing that you hate and that you fear. Brooding on negative traits isn't going to bring the shadow to light. One act that will is confession. Find someone you feel you can trust. For many people, the only person might be a complete stranger, or it might be an entire support group whose purpose is healing. At a time that feels right to you, divulge something that you might feel ashamed or guilty about. Don't begin with a serious crime or transgression. The aim here isn't to confess to the divine, but to relate to your shadow in a new way. The shadow can be defined as the hidden area of the self where forbidden feelings are hidden. These feelings cover a wide range, including anger, revenge, jealousy, prejudice, rampant sexual desire, and murderous rage. There is so much to uncover that people find it difficult to begin. We all have a stake in being accepted, and the shadow contains all in us that is most unacceptable. Confession, in the religious sense, couldn't cope with the emptying out of every dark place. The only way to disarm the shadow is to relate to it in a different way. And when you reveal a secret to someone, your life in hiding begins to shift. Evil is never pure and rarely simple. It is rooted in a collection of factors. Instead of restoring to words like evil or sinful, go into the following areas. What am I hiding? Why am I hiding this bad thought, impulse, or action? What am I ashamed of? How do I think I'm going to be hurt if this is exposed? Am I feeling affected by memories of past punishment? When I hear an inner voice judging me harshly, who from my past is actually speaking to me? How would my self-image suffer if I revealed this? Have I been working within a belief system that sees human beings as innately sinful? Why do I choose to live with guilt instead of without it? You need to ask all these questions every time you step into the region of the shadow. The encounters aren't pleasant, but they are strengthening, and they bring the truth of light. The truth is that evil has power only over you if you give it power. Evil has power over you only if you give it power. It takes a series of mistaken decisions to compile a case against you. When you ask the questions just given, you're retracing your steps so that you can take back those mistaken assumptions and beliefs. As you begin to re-examine your history in a new light, you can rehabilitate the shadow. It poses as your enemy largely in reaction to your own guilt and fear. The shadow can't be abolished, so don't try. Creation is a construct of light and darkness, and so are you. It's this fact, the eternal play of good and evil, that Jesus wants people to see, in order that they can rise to a higher plane of existence. He doesn't ask us to conquer evil. Struggling against evil only brings more energy into its grasp. But if you stop resisting evil and come to terms with it instead, you will be taking steps toward the ultimate realization that evil is a wound inflicted in separation and healed in unity. So there we are. If you don't have a shadow, as I said, then it only means one thing: you're standing in the dark. If you're standing in the light, the shadow is there. In Eastern wisdom traditions, in the Bhagavad Gita, when Lord Krishna teaches Arjuna the four yogas, Raj Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Gyan Yoga, the battle that is being fought, the Mahabharata, is in Kurukshetra, which is usually thought to be a battlefield, but the battlefield is in consciousness between us and our demons. And those demons are our own shadows. That's why Arjuna looks at them as his own family. The shadow is our family. And when we make peace with our shadow, and we even forgive our shadow, then our world shifts. And if there's a collective critical mass where this shift happens, then and only then can we move in the direction of a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. Resist, not evil.